cannot do it like this. Hi guys, it's Nancy. Tried to do this differently, it didn't work. Hi everybody, it's Nancy. Hope you're having an awesome day. If it says was live above my head, that means you caught the replay. Type hashtag replay, that way I can welcome you. Hope everybody's good. Get my computer bright. My volume off. There we go. Hi guys. Hope you're doing good. We have some cutouts we're going to start painting. I cleaned this mat just now, so it might be a little damp. Let me dry it just a sec. So it gets my stickiness back. No point in using a sticky mat if it's not sticky. But I just cleaned it before the live. Okay, there we go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna use these. We're gonna use 3 cutouts today. There's 4 available, but I'm using 3 of them. No sound? Is everybody having no sound? Oh, hang on. Hold, please. 1 second. 1 second. How do I get the sound back? Here. I'm back. Sorry about that. I've never seen that before. Apparently I muted myself. Is all good now? Hit that heart button if you can hear me. So sorry. Sorry, Charlie. Is there sound now? Okay, but is it on now? I know it's delayed, so let me give you guys a second. Tell me yes if the sound is now on. I see hearts. Let me see. I'm going to try it. Sorry. Oh, it's working now. You can hear me now. Sorry, guys. Thanks for the warning. That would have been annoying to go live all this time and have it be muted. Honestly, the reason that happened, I'm going to tell you why. Is I was trying to keep my phone already flipped facing that way and just reach around and hit the go live button. Guess what? That did not work well. And then on top of it, I muted myself. So, how are you? Hi, Ellen. Hi, Janet. How's everybody doing? I'm just going to flip this around. I have these 3 cutouts. I think I need one of these, the double heart. And I'm honestly just going to paint them all. Am I going to paint them all white? Yes, we're going to paint them all white. All right, first day back at school today. Okay, good. Thank you, Tammy. First day back with, all the kiddos, and they were wonderful. And did you see my post this morning? First of all, I walked into a beautifully decorated classroom. Well, my door was like decorated or whatever. And then they left me a bag of some of my favorite treats to have with the class as like a birthday party, because they do birthday parties. And then later in the morning, my room mom popped in with a beautiful flower arrangement that was they're faux flowers, which is even better because I'm not a flower person, but mostly because they die. But these are beautiful, and they're purple, and then all the parents chipped in for like a ton of gift cards, and some parents sent in presents. Like, it was very, very, it was so nice. And then all day long, somebody would just randomly start singing happy birthday. Not all day. I did not allow that in the morning. But in the afternoon, all afternoon, everybody, once in a while, they just start singing happy birthday. Like, it was so cute and sweet. I'm feeling pretty good. Jonna. I actually just had another biopsy done. I don't know if biopsy is the right word. Yeah, they took a biopsy to see what's going on. They're trying to firm up to see if I have lupus or not, but I'm doing pretty well, considering I was not doing well in the fall. So thank you for asking. Janet, on my ears today, cameras. Oh, that was backwards. Let me see if I can flip it. I got cameras on today. What do you think of that? Hi, Rochelle. How are you? Hi, Beverly Constantine. How are you doing, my friend? How was your holiday? How have you been? Let me know. I've missed you. I did have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you. It was very nice. And I kept telling my room mom over and over, thank you so much. It just was so kind of you. My birthday sometimes falls on a school day, sometimes not. I've already talked about the annoyance of when my birthday is. So, you know, it's a lot for parents to like organize all that around the holidays too. So I do appreciate that. Smile. Yeah, and you know what? This one, I think, one of these lights up. Is it this one? I can't tell. I can't tell in here, but one of them works. I think it's actually this one. Let me see. Yep. See, I'm taking your picture. I think they're both, I knew what you meant, Ellen. They're both supposed to light up, but one is faulty. Today is cameras. Just you wait. There's some doozies. Caitlin got me some doozies. I think they're fun. By the way, yesterday, Jace said, if you were on my live yesterday, and you saw us do the take off your clothes, he said it wasn't funny. He said it was amusing, but not funny. And I'm like, well, I mean, to me, that seems to be the same, but not to him. Anyway, thank you, Rochelle. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm just painting all this white, and I am doing like a dabbing motion. This is a new development. I'm just seeing if I can get a little better coverage if I do this. And I'm going to see if by doing this, I get less on the edges. That's just the idea. At least with the first coat, and then we'll see with the second coat. We're going to actually do 2 different projects today using all, very simple, but just using the same transfer, but 2 different ideas. 2 ideas in one video. How about that? Keyword, guys, is rock, R-O-C-K. And let me tell you why it's rock. My daughter, some of you may remember this. Every year around her birthday, I tell this story. But for some reason, in the last, 3 or 4 years, she has a contest for her birthday. And you have to mail her a rock. And on a 3x5 card, you have to explain why you picked this rock for her. I don't know why. She's got a whole flyer and it's a whole thing. And so, yes, they do see things differently, Rochelle. They absolutely do. So anyway, now this coat I'm going to just paint. Let's see if that kind of covers a little better. Anyhow, so I have a rock, and you have to tell the story about how you found this rock. I don't know. My daughter, she's a thing. So one year I chalked on a rock and sent it to her, and she put me in last place. You guys, last place. She's like, I really just don't like painted rocks, Mom. Okay, fine. Then I got my feelings hurt, so I didn't participate. Then I think it was last year. Did I send a rock or did I mail? I don't know if I sent a rock last year, but I think I mailed one for my husband on his behalf. And she disqualified him because it was late. So it is a stiff competition in the Augustin household, but I have a rock and I have the winning story. And and you have to do it on a 3x5 card or something. So we're gonna make her a card, and then I will tell you the story of how I found this rock, because you want to know this story. You guys, it's her thing. I don't know. But I'm usually like, I don't know. But this is kind of a fun story, I think. Okay, so first we're gonna, while these are drying, so these are good. We're gonna set these aside. We're gonna make the card really quick, okay? I'm gonna show you if you make Valentine cards or you have little ones you wanna make cards for, or whatever, this is how you do it, okay? So you can get any cardstock cards. These actually happen to be chalk suede. I'm gonna wax these. They're chalk suede, I don't really need to. But what you'll need to do, you can make any card you like out of cardstock. The important thing is if you're going to use cardstock, that you wax it, okay? So this is for any card with any of the transfers. You just want to give it a good wax, okay? And that's because, it's paper and you put a sticker on paper, it's going to rip, right? So we're just going to give this a wax. Again, this is chalk suede, so I really don't need to wax, but I'm doing it for you because you can, get scrapbook paper from whatever. I would suggest cardstock just because it's a little stiffer. And you can tell me if you want to hear the story about the rock or not, because I don't want to bore you with it, but there is a story. She doesn't watch, so she's not going to hear it till later, okay? So let me know if you want to know the story of the rock. Otherwise, I'll spare you the details. And I'll show you how to chalk on it. So we're going to use this transfer. It's called Peanuts Classic Valentines. Okay. And these were designed for like the classic Valentines. And you get 4 different designs. So you get You Rock, You're My Number One, You're Just My Type, and You're a Catch. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm obviously going to do You Rock, because that's going to give me a little bit of a pun there. Hi, Sissy. Okay, I had 2 friends that want to hear this story. Okay, if you want to hear this story, say yes. I will tell this story. And this rock just happened upon me. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to separate these and then we're going to put them on. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to pull the You Rock one off. Oh, wait, hang on. I missed the comment. Be careful of rock jokes. My younger son used to tell his brother he wasn't born, but found under a rock in the UP. Not sure why. Well, that son that was found became a geologist. Oh, that's fun. I love that story. Okay, so you want to hear it. So it's not a joke. This is really a true story. Okay. I'm fuzzing my transfer while I tell this story. I was in the bathroom, like in the evening, in our master bathroom, getting ready to take a bath. So every night I take a bath, okay? It's what I do. Not a shower person, typically. So I was, it's a short story. Okay, so I was mulling about in the shower, in the bathroom. I started the water, okay, and then I leaned over the tub. I don't know, to adjust something. I have like what are those? I don't know what it's called, but it's like a tray that goes over my bathtub, so I can put my phone on it and watch shows and take a bath. I have a very bougie setup in my bathtub. Anyhow, and I bent over, and then I heard this like not a crash. A crash is like a loud sound, but kind of like, something like hit. Something fell is basically. So I turned around and I kind of looked around the shower, or the bathroom. I have a very small bathroom, kind of like that. And when I turned back, on my rug, so I don't know what made the sound to this day. I don't know. It was a significant sound. Hi, Carol. On the rug, no joke, was this rock. It was just sitting there like it had fallen and made a noise, but there's no way it made a noise. This little rock. Anyhow, I turned around and I'm like, how did that get there? I was just standing in that spot. So it wasn't like it was there. I do not believe that it was there all along. Somehow it ended up there. And I felt like, in the moment I was like, oh, well, I guess my dad wants Caitlin to have this rock. You guys, it just appeared out of nowhere. So she is getting this rock, and if I do not win this story, I'm never doing it again. That's what I say. So I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it appeared there. I had been in the bathroom a million times. It was not there. And then this noise, and then it was there. So I don't know. Do with that what you will. Do you think I'm going to win? People have pretty elaborate stories for her. So, I don't know. Somebody, somewhere, some being wants her to have this rock. No. Jan, actually, there is a vent, but it's like nowhere near. It's like on the way other side of the bathroom. Something fell somewhere, whether that rock, I don't know how it would have been on me because I didn't have a rock. Because I thought, at first I thought, maybe this rock was on the tub and it bumped, because there was a sound of like the rock was falling, but it was on the rug. Now maybe it hit the tile and then ended up on the rug. I don't know, because I didn't see. I was looking, I'm like, oh God, it like sounded like something was broken. Or that it had fallen and broke. I want to explain it by, there's got to be an earthly explanation, but I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. So I'm saying it's a sign. She needs this rock. No, Jen. Jace was like, Jace doesn't even know the story. Actually, didn't even tell him the story. Because he's usually in the competition for the rocks. So I don't even need him to know this story, to be quite honest. No, he was in the living room watching a show. And I didn't tell him because purposefully, because he did win one year. And that was the year I was last, and I was kind of upset about it. Anyway, that's the story. So I feel like I should win. This is a supernatural rock. I don't know what kind. I truly do not. I have not been able to figure out where it came from. Now, if you want to think it was something that happened, I'm saying it's supernatural. But my dog does sometimes bring rocks in the house. This does happen. She was nowhere in this bathroom. It's not like she came in, dropped it, and left. This is not what happened. So either A, my dad wants her to have this rock, or B, Queen Dog left it there and I didn't see her leave it there. It's possible either happened. Isn't this so cute? You guys, you could leave this exactly like this and this would be so cute. But when I saw this transfer and this particular thing, it was kind of, I'm just saying, I stood there staring at this rock with the bathtub filling. And I just went, well, I guess I'm just submitting a rock for Caitlin's birthday this year. But I've got to get it done and I've got to get it in the mail because if it's late, she'll just, thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you're with me on that. She will just, say you aren't in it because that's what she did last year. We were late entries. They have to be there before her birthday. So this little rock is going with this. And then I'm going to write the story on the back. I even called her and said, is it fine if I put it on a regular card like this? That it's not exactly an index card. Because I don't want to be disqualified after, all this work. Yes, I really think this is what happens. Okay, so you could leave it like this, but, I forgot to grab my storm. Hang on. But we're going to do this instead. We're going to do this. We're going to do a couple things. We're going to do his face. This is a mixture of camel and bright white. I do this quite often. It's got a little water on it. You want to make sure your paste is very, like when you, this part, the outline, you want to make sure that's very dry. Because if your wet brush gets on it and it's not super dry, you're going to smear the black and you don't want to do that. So that's my story about the rock. And like I said, Jace doesn't even know the story. Because we're in competition with each other unless he's not doing it. Because he was mad last year. She didn't qualify him or disqualified him because it was like a day late. I said, Caitlin, it should be postmarked by your birthday. And by the way, you guys, her birthday is Valentine's Day. So I feel like this is meant to be this little transfer. I think it's meant to be, like I said, it's possible Quinn brought it in and I overlooked it. But I don't know what that noise was, because if she brought it in, it wasn't at that moment. It was a different time. And I got to be sure not to paint on the rock because she doesn't like that. My daughter's high maintenance. High maintenance. But she likes what she likes, right? So I'm just painting in the skin here. All right. So that's my story. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what happened. But I do know something happened. And I was like, what was this? Okay. So that's the skin on this one. And then I'm going to take some Storm. And, and we're just going to do like a watercolor, essentially. So just water down your paste. You should use distilled water if you're going to do this. I don't. I'm going to admit I don't. I risk it. And I hope that I just hope that it doesn't mold. But the paste is made with natural products, so I put wax on here so my paste is beating up, so hang on. I'm gonna have to dry it and then do another coat. That's what happens when you wax. The nice part with the chalk suede, they don't sell them anymore, is that because you don't have to wax, when you paint, it'll paint better, but I wanted to show you how you're gonna have to do it. Janet, I know some of them were at Attic Salt, was the name on the little card. You know how your earrings come on a card? But not all of them. Rochelle just wants it to be man-made. Oh, well, maybe that's it, Rochelle. I like your explanation. I like that very much. Quinn really brought it in, but I don't know what I'm telling you, the noise is what freaked me out. It'd be one thing if I just found the rock. I would have been like, oh, Quinn brought this in earlier today or something, you know, but because there was that noise, and I was just standing where the rock was, like on top of where the rock was. I realize it's possible that I overlooked it. But I like the way you said it. So I got to find a way to write that down so she understands. So she understands exactly what happened. And these are rocks, so this works out. When I saw this, I thought, I'm going to make this card for her. But I didn't have the rock at the time, so anyway, it all works out. It all works out. What color, Jan Buck? What Attic Salt. Jan, what color is Linus's shirt? Let me know what that is, because I know you probably know. These we're going to do with the other one while Jan tells me what color Linus's shirt is. I feel like, I know his blanket was like light blue, but I can't remember what color his shirt was. All right, the rest of these, they're cameras, sissy. All right, we are going to do the rest of these. So same deal, you just want to fuzz them. This is on the cutout, so we just did it without the cutouts on the card. And then I have these available. I did not sand and wax these. I'm going to try not to wax or sand, to be honest. And see if my painting comes out a little easier. Red, thank you. Thank you, Jan. Hi, Cynthia. How are you today? All right, this one is Snoopy typing, and it says, just my type. These cutouts are going to come with a couple hearts up there. There's one little heart that did not make it in the cutout. It's too tiny. Probably lost somewhere in my laser. Isn't it just solid red? I mean, there's stripes, but if the stripes are black, I'm not changing them, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying too late. Too late for the stripes. Too late. Okay, so she said red. I'm going to go ahead real quick and give, oh, I didn't do his neck. So I am painting close to the black line, but there's going to be some, as I would say to my kindergartners, there's some white spaces there. I'm leaving it a little bit not fully painted in. I think that'll look better than if I get over the line. Oh, black stripes. Well, good, because it's already black. That's great, because that's what it's going to be. I mean, you can do it however you want. He could probably wear more than one color shirt, but you know, if you're thinking of Linus, that's what you want to think of, right? Okay. Here's our card. Let's set that there. And then we're going to do these. Actually, this one will be quick. So let's do, I always do the red first, black, the rest is going to be in black. And that is going to be a little bit, black will overpower the red. So if you get somewhere you didn't want it, it's better to start with red and move to black. But his, his house is red, isn't it? It's going to be today, I guess. Sorry if it's not usually, but it is today. Okay, and then we're going to do Snoopy in black. Okay, we're going to lift all this. It was almost 80 degrees today. So, well, that's a boost. It was like 72, I guess. 72 degrees, you guys. So nice. I'm at the barn. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Kelly. All right, here's Snoopy. All right, and then we'll clean that later. That one we don't have to worry about any painting. I'm just keeping these very simple. Basically using red and black on most of this. So again, same with this. Lucy is holding her mitt and it says, "You're a catch." And then we're going to, let's see, do the rest of this in black. I'm just going to do all of it in black. All right, hang on. I'm going to grab my detail tool because I'm going to get that little spot. Right there. And you know what? I did not wax this time. I didn't even sand it. It turned out pretty darn good. Cute! Okay. Aren't they cute, Cynthia? I've been told I'm a little colorblind. Oh, really? My grandpa, Ray, this would be my dad's dad, was colorblind. I think he could only see, I think it was like green and brown, or everything. Yeah, I think everything only looked green and brown to him. Something like that. This is cute. You're my number one, and he is holding like a little trophy. Good old Charlie Brown. All right. So on Thursday, guys, we're going to have a new kind of a mini launch. It's usually called Fresh Start. That will be on Thursday. If you're a designer on my team, make sure that you're registered. I sent a message in our group message to register so you can see it early. You'll be able to see it tomorrow. I forget exactly what time, but it's usually in the evening sometime. So designers get to see the launch stuff early, and sometimes you can even purchase it early, but not this time, sometimes. All right, these guys are so cute, and wait until I just finish them up here real quick. Okay, we're gonna call Snoopy done. Okay, even though his typewriter could probably use a little color, but we're not doing it that way. We're gonna do their skin color, and then I may just use marker for the rest of that. It's not with all the colors, just some. It's weird. Oh, that's funny. Let's see, I think I'm gonna start with her. I got too much paste. I did not water my brush. Paste is going on a little thicker than I was planning. Okay, the thicker your paste, the less, I'm gonna say it's a little less forgiving. But I have found, especially if you do it all in black, if you have a fine tip Sharpie, you could just go in and trace those lines. If you need to touch anything up. I'm gonna do her little fingers. Let's see. She's wearing pants. I'm going to show you, you can use some Sharpie markers here in just a second. But I don't have a good skin color in my Sharpie markers, so I like to paint the face. So this is just a way to kind of paint it in like a coloring book without laying your transfer back down and adding the details. I know a lot of people stress about that. It's not hard. You can see through the transfer, but this way you could just go in and paint. And if you make a little boo-boo, you could just use your little Sharpie and draw on top of it if you want. Got one little more spot here. Those little fingers. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If there's a little bit of white showing, you're all good. And right there in his ankles. Okay. Now, so let's get our Sharpie markers out. How come, Jen? Aren't they cute? I think they're fun. Jen, why is your day bad? We're all rooting for you, my friend. Get my Sharpie markers out. All right, so the easy, cheesy thing is, his shirt is obviously yellow. That's easy. And I forgot his neck. Darn it. Probably forgot hers too. Oh, no, I didn't. These little Sharpie markers make your life simple. The only thing with these is I wish the white was brighter on the Sharpie markers. This is a different marker. This is a Lottie Dottie marker. This one you kind of got to get moving. I like these too, but I do like the Sharpie ones better. Okay, we got our mitt. What color should we do her clothes? I guess it doesn't really matter. For Lucy, I don't think it matters a lot, but oh goodness. So how is he doing now? She's not wearing her normal clothes, but I'm just coloring these blue. You could totally leave these black and white. I like to color them in. Makes it feel more like crafting to me. I'm gonna make her hat blue too. Why not? First of all, I'm sorry you're sick, and I'm also sorry your dad is sick. All right, we're gonna do her pants, and I don't know, whatever this color ends up being, teal. I'm gonna leave a little white showing. We got a little grass down here. I'm just using all the markers I have in here. Let's see. I wish I had gold. Let's use nominee for the trophy. I did not add this to the cart, but if you don't have nominee, you should have it. Okay. This is our last little bit here. I don't know what happened there. But I want this to be gold. All right, guys, what do you think of this? These are cute, aren't they? Let me show you what I'm going to put them on. Okay. Let me give my paste a little zhuzh. And let me show you how we're going to do it. Now, there's a couple things you could do. I also have the cutout for this guy. And you could totally do 4 sides. I just have something different I want to do. So for now, we're only going to do 3 of them. And the card, you could put these, you could put a little hole in these and put them on little gift bags and give them out as Valentines if you wanted, just to keep them like this. Every single one of these cutouts, the only thing that's separate is the hearts. Show you. This one goes with this, but you also get like this little heart here. So those you wouldn't want to hang as a keychain, but the rest of them you could. But what I have is this little box that I got for like $2 at Michael's a while ago. And I fill it with different faux flowers. The front came with a sign that was this size. Okay, and I traced this and did this part last year. And I take this off for different seasons, but I did this with just paper. And Chuck, this is one of our transfers from last year. So since I already still had this on, even though I had flipped it and done something in, what's the words I want to say? I had done this for fall and patriotic, but I had left this here, just kind of turned it. But I thought we would do something on every side. Okay, so my husband bought these heavy-duty Velcro strips that I thought were command strips, but they are not. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get, he bought a bunch of these on Amazon. Again, I thought it was a command strip. Maybe it's a Velcro style command. I don't know. I'm not sure. Is this going to fit on here? You're going to see it. This one, you're going to see it. I don't really want to see it. We're going to, here, we'll do this one on here, and then those I'll cut. Okay, so we're just going to stick these on. This one will work if I do it. I need to cut these just a smidge smaller. We're going to want the hook to also be smaller. So I want it to be about this length. Oh, what did I do? This is the hook showing. I'm going to try to keep them all the same so that when I change it out, I'll be able to have the same side. And you know what? This one can just be here. Right? If I can get it out, my thick nails. Okay, so then what I thought, since this side, whoops, this side says you're so loved. That's also, I usually use the command strips, but does this part act like a command strip where it won't ruin your wall? Because it looks like you can pull it and maybe it won't. I've never used this style before, so you'll have to tell me. Okay, so then I thought we'll just go around the outside of this box and put one of these on every side. And you could get, these flowers were from Hobby Lobby. You could get them at Dollar Tree, whatever. But honestly, I paid a little more for these, but I've had these for like 3 years and they look great still. All right, and then we're going to put this doolally over here. What do you guys think? Do you like this idea? All right. I think it's so cute. Oh, well, that's good. I didn't know because I was like, oh, I thought these were command strips. Okay, this is the idea. Oh, and then this guy has little hearts. This goes with this. You think I can get a little piece right there? I should have cut a piece off of that. These are the extra hearts. Hook on the thing. You like it? Oh, good. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Okay, and then this piece, that's good to know because I was like, bummer, I can't put them on the walls, but now that you're telling me, Jan is my detail person. Okay, now we're done. Okay, how cute, right? So we have this side, and I gotta pull these out a little bit. So we have this side and this side and this side. Isn't that cute? I think they're fun. Is that guy crooked a little? It's all right. And then this always sits on my dining room table, and then we have the card. My Caitlin's card that I need to win the competition with. What's fair, Cindy? All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, Terry, hello. I didn't see you. Yes, they were saying it's a good thing. Good, because I've forever changed my mind. Same for me, Terry. Same for me. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all so much. You know that. Type the word rock. Check your messages. 2 days, there will be a brand new launch, so look for that. And happy crafting. Bye, everybody.